I don't hear you.
I can hear you.
I hear you too.
Hi. Sorry, that was my fault. I was on mute because I'm so frazzled by one specific piece of tech news today. Can we talk about Zillow, please?
I thought we were going to talk about Facebook. Okay, Zillow.
I want to talk about that too, but I really want to talk about Zillow. And this is really a great case study, I believe, for founders on market research and cost analysis. And maybe AI can't solve every problem just quite yet, Brian. I'd love both of your thoughts on what's going on. Actually, let me give some context for those who don't know. So Zillow, our favorite company to find your favorite rentals and or, your favorite houses. About a year ago, allegedly, maybe 2 years ago, started buying houses themselves, the magnitudes of tens of thousands of houses across the country. And the reason why is up in the air. There's lots of thoughts and speculations. Started buying houses and really disrupted quite a few metro housing markets, let's just say, to put it kindly. And they just announced they're selling all of those assets, not back to like normal home buyers, but they're selling them to like the BlackRocks of the world and other institutional real estate investors, cutting the real estate team, basically letting a good chunk of the team go, that department, and are saying that it was a pivot that really didn't work out well for them, that they may have leaned a little too heavily on AI. And I don't know what the plan was long term. They've never said what the long term plan was supposed to be, but this is what's now public to us on the outside. So, what are you guys thinking about this?
So I didn't realize the last part, the BlackRock part. So that's the piece that I was missing. So earlier today, maybe it was yesterday, I said to Brian, "Where do I get a list of these houses?"
They're not for you.
Because if they're being sold at a loss, like, I'm here for it. So I had no idea that that's what was going on. So my question is, was the AI wrong, or are they selling these because BlackRock is looking for more inventory? I'd like to know more information.
I think the BlackRock thing is because they own so many and they need to liquidate them as fast as possible, right? And so BlackRock is willing to just stroke a check, especially if you're going to take a loss. They can just say here, and they win because they're in that business, right? They're in the business of owning lots and lots and lots of houses. They started that a few years ago and took a very different approach, very much market driven, as opposed to we're going to make it up as we go along with AI, right? So to be very technical but particular here, AI is never great in the beginning. We do something called supervised learning, right? Supervised, i.e. human, right? So you actually make sure that it's doing the right things before you completely turn it over to the AI. Tesla does this, right? Tesla's watching all of us drive, and we're helping it to understand what we would do in a given situation before it allows the AI to take over in that situation. Looks to me like they were like, we know prices, we're great at this, let's go, right? And one, ruined a significant portion of their own business, but two, really ruined the markets in those areas as well.
Huge effect on the markets. And we're talking about thousands, maybe tens of thousands of houses, not just a couple or a few hundred, but real market shifts happened. And for the record, from what we see, it looks like most of these purchases were way above market anyway, in these areas. And it's the cities that you already know already have ridiculous housing markets right now. I'm really curious to see how this plays out. I'd love to see what their kind of long-term explanation is as to what went wrong from their perspective. But yeah, talk about, I don't even know if I would call this a fast failure, because it was kind of fast, but an expensive failure. Cash sounds tight right now, considering there's also massive layoffs accompanying this decision.
I mean, it was a big cut, right?
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. It feels very 2008-ish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So speaking of the AI side of this, now we're going to talk about everyone's favorite company stuck in the metaverse. Brian, what went through your head specifically, given your background? And for those of you who don't know, Brian's past life, you're in an artificial intelligence facial recognition company.
Mm-hmm.
What went through your mind when you read the announcement that Facebook is no longer going to use their facial recognition software to auto ID human faces and will be allegedly deleting the face prints of their millions of users?
So first of all, my earphones just went crazy. So, but I did hear most of it. Oh God, I got like 20 texts about this today. Minimum. My problem, actually, I'm on record for talking about this in many talks. I can't stand when a company uses an approach, takes over the market via kind of a negative approach, then after it's already cornered the market, then goes, you know what? We're going to stop doing that, and you shouldn't do that either, right? Like, let me create a whole moat around my business where I know everything about everyone in the world. One, they should have never done it in the first place, and nobody should going forward. But like, it's just so disingenuous, and then they want to be patted on the back for giving it up too, which is wild.
Candice?
I mean, I don't have anything nice to add. I think right now they're just on a tear trying to like improve PR and their own image of a company. I mean, we've had a parent company name change. We've got this happening with facial recognition. And so I'm certain next week there will be an announcement as well about something completely different. And so I think we're going to see them trying to like turn the tide on the way that the public is perceiving them. I mean, I used to be a daily Facebook user. I am no longer a daily Facebook user. Now, do I use some of their other kind of companies that are under their umbrella? Absolutely. But slowly but surely, people are transitioning to other things. And I'm certain they're feeling that heat. And that's why they're making these kind of rather, as Brian's saying, disingenuous announcements.
Look out for your BLM investments soon, too. I'm sure they'll be coming.
In $50,000 tranches.
Correct.
Whew. You know who doesn't need any PR or facelifts? These fantastic finalists we have tonight. I'm so excited to see them again. And for those of you who are new, can't wait. Let's get the show started. Welcome back, everyone. Tonight is the finale of Twitch Pitch, the very first pitch competition live here on Twitch. We are so excited to see our finalists. And for those of you who didn't see on social media, I cannot wait to announce them for you in just a second. But the show wouldn't be anything without our fantastic team that puts this together every season. To my, whatever side this is, you're right. We have Candice Brackeen, who is the founder and executive director of Lightship Foundation and is our CPG and e-com expert. On the other side of me, we have the Brian Brackeen, who, as you just saw behind the scenes, is our resident AI expert and leads education at the foundation. So I'm Lexi. I love health tech, and I really love the companies you're going to meet tonight. They all have fantastic products. We also couldn't do this without our great sponsors that we have every season. Guys, once again, it's the finale. We make it all the way to the end. thanks to some of these great people in these great organizations. Special shout out to Target Accelerator. Target Forward Founders is a virtual 8-week program for early stage product companies looking to better understand retail. It was created in partnership with founders and key ecosystem leaders to address the needs of historically under-resourced founders. And applications are open right now. They're open through mid-November. Go check that out if you're interested. Thank you again to JP Morgan. They are a global leader in financial services, offering solutions to the world's most important corporations, governments, and institutions. And once again, thank you to the Ohio Third Frontier. OTF works with innovative startup companies across the state, making Ohio the destination for the best tech entrepreneurs. This is going to be a super special show, guys. So if you haven't seen one of our finales before, you get to meet our 3 finalists one more time. If you have any other last minute questions of them, drop them in the comment box below, wherever you're watching, and I'll make sure to get those answered tonight. And we vote one last time. Now, if you saw last season, you will know that this vote is super, super important. We had our very first ever audience tiebreaker last season. So really, if you love a company you see, vote. Also, if a certain company brought you here to the show, put them in the comment box. If they have a little emoji or symbol or catchphrase, drop it in the comments and let us know who brought you here. We're really excited to have you. We also have a super special guest judge tonight that I am pleased to introduce. We have Miss Kenna Thomas. She is the Senior Divisional Planning for Food and Beverage at Target. And what I think is the coolest thing is she's also the creator of Patti LaBelle's Sweet Potato Pie. No, I won't sing the song, but I hope it's stuck in your head like it's stuck in mine. We're so excited to have her tonight. She's going to be guiding us through meeting some of these companies again, asking some questions, and will join us as we crown our winner. So our winner wins a grand prize of $25,000 tonight, right here, live on the show, and enters the illustrious Twitch Pitch Hall of Fame. I'm so excited to get started. For those of you who don't know yet, I'm going to tell you who you're going to meet. Tonight, we are going to see, as our finalists again, we are going to see Sugardoh, we are going to see XCJ, and we are going to see Hot and Saucy. So let's get started. Let's meet the team from Sugardoh one last time. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
So we are so excited to meet you again. What we ask is you give us a quick product showcase or product demo, and then we're going to just get back to it with more questions. So take it away whenever you're ready.
Great. You already know what I'm going to do for my demo. I'm going to do it. I'm going to sugar my arm real quickly, live. Don't worry, I've done this before. I'm a pro. And I do recommend doing this at home. So, hi guys, I'm Aaliyah. I am the founder of Sugardoh. We sell at-home sugaring kits for hair removal. So if you purchase from us, this is what our kit includes. We have our large jars and then our mini jars in 2 firmnesses, depending on your skin type, temperature, and where you live. We have tools that you can use. So we have our cloth strips. We have our applicator, which has my wax on it right now. And you can also use your hands as well. That is the beauty of sugaring paste. And then to prep, powder is essential to absorb any moisture, any sweat, and then our calming serum at the end. So I've already powdered my arm. As you can see, it looks ashy, but that's just powder. And the powder for camera is gonna help because we won't be able to see the hairs on camera, but you will be able to see the part that I sugar because of the powder. Okay, so you want to mold the paste in normally the opposite direction of hair growth. It is different than waxing, traditional waxing, and the sugar right now is being heated up by the temperature of my skin, and it's seeping into the hair follicles. So every time I rake this paste over, it grabs closer and closer to the root. All right. And then the scary part where people are gonna maybe scream is you want to flick down, then you want to mold up a bit, flick down, and then you kind of see where we caught the hairs. Oh, and you see the hairs too, I think. So that is a quick demo of Sugardoh. You use the same piece. I could probably do my whole forearm and in front. We have a ton more instructions. Don't just go by what you see. There's a lot of instructions on our website, on our social media account. So yeah, that is the demo of our product. Oh, and then quickly, this is important, compared to regular waxes, this is cleanup, just a damp washcloth. Sugar is water soluble, so that is cleanup, and then you put your post-soothing aloe on. And that is it.
Fantastic demo. Look at all the love you're getting in the comments, as always. Candice, why don't you get us started with a question for the night?
So who is the typical buyer of Sugardoh? If I think about the other folks that are maybe currently on shelf, I can think of who their target demographic is. Who's your target demo?
So I would say it's younger millennial, older Gen Z, mostly women of color. So Latina, Black, Indian are like my core demographics. Because normally it's people with coarser hair where there's not a lot on the market that can actually grab those hairs from the root. So that is the core market that we're targeting.
Brian, you want to go next?
I have a specific question for you. Like, what was the sensation that you felt just now?
I felt a little tingling feeling, but the more you sugar, the less painful it is. So for me, like, as you can, that's why I wanted to do it live, because I just want to show that it's not too painful. That is my genuine reaction. I'm not trying to subdue the pain. But yeah, just a little like tingle, maybe like a rubber band snapping on your skin if you're new to sugaring or waxing.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Folks, if you have questions for Aaliyah, drop them in the comment box below and we'll get to those in a second. Kenna, you want to give your question?
Absolutely. It's nice to meet you, Aaliyah. I know I have not had a chance to meet you. I have a question really regarding the business side of your business. As you start to think about repeat purchases, how have you been able to collect that? Like, how, I guess, from a percentage standpoint, what % of your business right now is repeat purchase? And also, how long is this product usable before a person has to go repurchase? Such
a good question. So our repeat purchase rate right now is around 15%. We are new also, and our jars last 3 months if you're doing a whole body sugaring, but most people have had these jars for longer than 6 months. So right now it's kind of hard to see what is their true repeat purchase rate, because people use sugar alongside normally another hair removal method like razors. So we are also experimenting with the packaging as well, how to really test what is that repeat purchase rate through maybe single serving packaging, so we can really see how people are using the product.
Excellent. Aaliyah, tell me how much of the story or branding is about the green portion of the story. So I know about the packaging is pretty green, and this is also partly why sugaring is really important to you. How much of that is communicated and appreciated by your consumers, do you think?
That's a super interesting question. So that is the main motivation for me for starting the business. I was really fascinated in new materials that replace older materials that are normally stress the environment more. So that was my motivation. But actually, people are motivated by function. So that is actually, I realized, the true driver for a lot of people is it just works for them. And so on my side, from the business side of things, I'm like, well, that's fine, because I want them to buy a product that works. And then they have ease of mind that they're purchasing from a company that will do everything that they can to make sure we are causing as little impact as the environment as possible. But yeah, that is the core on the business side of things. That is the core of the business. Our packaging is all recyclable, biodegradable. Our glass jars, people reuse them in all sorts of ways. we don't have any plastic in our packaging. So that's the root on the business side of things.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Aaliyah. So, like I said, everyone, this is our finale. Every vote matters. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick up your phone. And if you would like to vote for Sugardoh to win this show right here tonight, you're going to text the magic number 1 to 203-408-6432. Once again, to vote for Sugardoh, text the number 1 to 203-408-6432. Text it. Don't put it in the comments. Text it to make sure the vote counts. Thank you for joining us again so much, Aaliyah. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Aaliyah.
All right. That was great.
It's going to be
But
a
now
tough
it's-
night, you guys. This is the
It's
hardest
always
thing.
tough. The
Always
finalists are
tough.
always fantastic companies. Fantastic. So for Mona Go Gadget, you're going to text the number for whatever company you'd like to vote for. Each company, you'll see the number like on the bottom of the screen right now. You're going to text that number that we tell you to 203-408-6432 on your phone. So you talk to us through the comments, but for the voting, you're going to want to make sure you do that on your cell phone, and you're going to want to do that right now because we're going to tabulate the votes at the end of this episode to crown our winner. But great question. Thank you for asking. With that, I'm really excited to move on to our next contestant, our next finalist of the night. We're going to get a little hungry. I know we talked about sugar, but you couldn't eat that kind. Let's go back into the food world, Kenneth's strong suit, and let's meet Caleb from XCJ again. Welcome back to the show, our most relaxed contestant we've ever had. We're really excited to see you again. Welcome. Take it away, Caleb.
Thanks so much. Super excited to be here. So for those who didn't watch the initial episode, we're XCJ. We're building modern Chinese food brand and basically saw a lack of Chinese food brands that are both authentic and accessible. And that's what we're trying to grow over the next several years. So our first product is a soup dumpling. And you can go order on our site. They come in family packs of 50. And I can do a quick demo on how easy it is to steam up the dumplings. So you're going to need probably one of these, either bamboo steamers or any steamer will do. Inside the bag of dumplings, we give you these steamer sheets. And so these help it not stick to the steamer. So you take one of the sheets, put it on the rack as so, and then you can start placing your dumplings. So take a dumpling, put it on the sheet. You probably want to put each dumpling like 1 centimeter across from each other, so because they're expanding when they steam. And then it's super quick. So you basically put water in a pot, make sure it boils, put the steamer along with the basket on top for about 10 minutes. And then after you steam it, this is what it looks like. So fresh, ready to go. So super simple, 2 to 3 steps, and that's how you steam them. So happy to answer any questions. This is our first product, and we're going to think about launching a couple others over the next months and years.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Caleb. Brian, why don't you start us off this time?
Good to see you. Really glad to see you in the final. So question about your cohort for the buyer. Is it busy mom? Is it busy person in general? Like, who is your kind of most excited buyer?
Totally. So I think we were surprised when we started digging into the numbers because our customer base looks almost exactly like the US. I would say in terms of, ethnicity, it's like, 10 to 15% Asian Americans. So it doesn't skew towards Asians. In terms of age, it definitely skews a little bit towards 25 to 34, but maybe only 5 to 10%. Females are 55%, males are 45%. So I think we are kind of riding on the rails of Din Tai Fung and all the other Chinese food companies that have come before us who've made soup dumplings a really loved treat. So that's why our demographics are the way they are. The other nuance I would say is our first product does come in bags of 50. And so if you're a single, it's kind of hard to buy 100 dumplings to try on your first bet. So that's probably why we see a little bit skewing towards 34 and older. Moms really love buying them on repeat. We launched a subscription program and kind of hit it on our website, but a bunch of moms kind of found it. And I think our top buyer has ordered from us 18 or 19 times. So I don't really know how you consume like 4,000 dumplings, but we should put up like a record board or a leader chart for people to chase.
I totally agree with that.
Excellent. Kenna?
The question I have for you is, you talked a little bit about the volume and bags of 50 being your smaller in terms of consumption. So for a bag of 50, just for my own understanding, how many people does that feed? As well as what kind of value is attached to that compared to the value that you would see at a restaurant in purchasing dumplings?
Totally. Great question. So we see a family of 4 typically just consume a bag for a meal. So that's one way to think about it. In terms of value prop versus, your local restaurant or Uber Eats, we tend to be about 20 to 50% cheaper than your local dim sum house. And we've done a lot of work on the logistics network, which allows us to do that. But one of the first things when we launched a product was to make it accessible. And so we realized, Goldbelly is sometimes fairly expensive for folks, and we wanted to make the value there and be cheaper and higher quality than your alternative on DoorDash or Uber Eats.
Thank you.
Excellent. Folks, if you have questions for Caleb or Love, throw it in the comment box below. Candice?
Caleb, can we talk a little bit about authenticity? So I'm starting to see new, and I know the continent of Africa is very large, but we're starting to see new African foods in the freezer section. And some of those aren't hitting it, according to some of my friends from the continent. Kenna obviously has started a company that many folks from the Black community are not ashamed to serve at a dinner, right? So tell me a little bit about the authenticity of your modern Chinese food product. How are people relating to this from the Chinese community?
Mm-hmm. Totally. This is one of our core tenets. And the simple rule of thumb we use is, would our parents like the food? And so during our R&D process, we send it every single member of our team sends it to their family and says, hey, do you like this? And would you eat this? And would you recommend it to your friends? And then we take that product and then make it accessible to the wider country through kind of messaging or branding or things that don't make it super hard to pronounce or things that people can relate to. But the number one thing for us is quality and something that our parents would enjoy. We've traveled back to Shanghai to make sure it is honest representation. We're not, doing a ton of fusion stuff. So it's just stuff that when you go to Shanghai, you would eat something similar.
You should be proud of that. I think that we need to start seeing more of a trend where people stop Americanizing things.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's helpful. The market has gotten here. That's helpful. If we tried to do it 15 years ago, maybe that would not have happened. I spoke to one of the sales reps at Ling Ling's, and when they tried to launch a soup dumpling product, call it 10 or 15 years ago, it had to be microwavable. And that was because people felt like steamers were too foreign. No one knew how to do it. But 40% of our customers with our demographics purchase the steamers, and they ping us and say, hey, how do you do this? And they're really digging in and really want to learn how to do it the best. And there's a big differential in flavor profile if you do it the right way versus kind of having it pre-cooked. And so I think the broader country is ready for more honest representation. So that helps our mission for sure.
Excellent. So piggybacking off of that a little bit, as you think about exit, I know that's probably a ways away, but who would you want to possibly get acquired by? Would you ever even entertain a conversation with a Ling Ling's or whatever that Frozen Panda Express thing is, those really Americanized companies, or do you see a different path for your company?
Yeah, totally. I think we're so early stages that we have not thought about exit at all. Once we get to the point where we feel like we cannot add value to the food ecosystem, that might be when we start to have the conversation. But it's really too early for us. And if we do exit, to your question, my initial reaction is, finding a good home for this, finding someone who would be a good steward and keeping the values aligned. But that's, hopefully 10 to 20 years down the road.
Absolutely. I mean, maybe a little sooner. So you have some lots of love in the comments, but a couple of questions about if you're comfortable sharing potential future product lines. So Angel Nick V wants to know about vegan options And Jenny17 Dance wants to know about vegetarian options. So if you're comfortable touching about future products, maybe a little bit here.
Totally. So this is our probably most requested flavor. So every single time we get a request, we put that request in a database, so we know to follow up with folks, and that list is growing pretty big now. So the challenge for a soup dumpling is because the gelatin, so the soup part is made from gelatin, right? And so that's pork based. So to find a chemical that actually melts and then congeals at the same temperature as gelatin is very hard, and I don't think anyone has really done it at scale. So people use agar, but that doesn't really work unless you're only eating 2 to 3. Anyway, so we're working on that. Vegans and vegetarians should be pleased to listen to some announcements over the next year or so.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us, Caleb. Folks, if you would like to vote for XCJ, you're going to pick up your phone and you're going to text the magic number 2 to 203-408-6432. Once again, to vote for XCJ, text the number 2 to 203-408-6432. Thank you so much for joining us again, Caleb. Always a pleasure.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
So I know that I have some vegans on this call, but guys, when I tell you that product is delicious, I used to fly pre-COVID. I'm not crazy. I used to fly to New York just to go to Chinatown, just to eat at my favorite dim sum house to get the best XLB in the city. And this like satiates that craving for me.
Ooh, and we know you have a high standard for food.
I have a very high standard for food. I've eaten everything and anything, and I love a few different Chinese cuisines. But when I want dumplings, it hits the spot. It's fantastic. So once again, 2 is their magic number, 203-408-6432. Now, I just want to give a quick shout out just because I'm seeing this in the comments. Hi to everyone who's been on the show, who's in the comments. Hello, Mr. Ronnie Green, our Green in Tech. For those of you who are veterans of the show, you know that Ronnie won our last season. So excited to see him here. Hi to Desiree. Hi to Alana and Lisa. Hi to Tracer Osenko, who's never been on the show but has watched the show for quite some time. Hi to team at Iwi Fresh. Obviously, we adore you. Lots of fantastic people in the comments. I'm sorry if I missed you, but really excited to see some of our alums and supporters to welcome these fantastic companies tonight. So let's meet our last finalists of the night, where we meet. Let's say hi again to Chef Sam at Hot and Saucy. Hi, welcome back to the show, Sam. We're super excited to see you again.
Thank you.
Take it away.
Yeah, so Hot and Saucy, we are a small batch vegetable-based hot sauce. We're totally unique to the hot sauce market. We use unique ingredients. We celebrate that uniqueness and guarantee you've never seen a hot sauce or tasted a hot sauce like ours before. I can demo, my mouth is going to burn a little bit, but I'm just going to go through our current flavor offerings. So this is my baby. This is the first brand, the first flavor that I came out with, Beaten Fresno. It's like a spicy sweet ketchup. Our second one is sweet potato habanero, liked so much by a store chain that I can't yet say. They're doing a white label of it, which is releasing at the top of 2022. Our 2 newest flavors are black garlic and peri peri. When have you ever seen a black hot sauce? It's made with real black cocoa. And our newest flavor that just launched right in time for the holidays, collards and ghosts. This will make everything you eat taste like Thanksgiving dinner. When the collards touch, something else on your plate, delicious. And it's our spiciest one. It's made with, I'm trying to line this up with the camera. I'm failing, with ghost peppers. So if you like heat, a lot of people who are fans of our most popular flavor, the garlic and pepperoncini, often say that we don't offer anything super hot. This is your friend. And our hero SKU, the one that went viral, the one that was on season 14 of Hot Ones, the one that was on SNL, the one that everyone loves on Amazon, our garlic and pepperoncini. It's just on everything. We literally put it on everything. And, oh, wait, they fit in a bag. So, ladies, hot sauce in my bag. Yeah. But we are, really just celebrating our success with these hot sauces. People love them. And I'm looking forward to everyone trying them. I mean, you can't walk past these bottles and not stop if you see them on a shelf.
Excellent. Thank you so much again, Sam. Kenna, why don't you get us started this time?
Absolutely. So first of all, I absolutely love your brand name. Love the package.
Thank
Love
you.
everything you have to offer. And I actually had a chance to taste these two. Tastes really good. So thank you. One of the questions that I had for you is really related to as you think about retail. Right now, you're at a retail of about $10. In comparison to like your competition, what's the value that people will see in purchasing however many ounces for $10 or your multi-pack for 30?
Right. So I will say that we have lucked out in the current market. So when we launched, we really launched to draw in the attention of the niche hot sauce lovers. So the people who go to hot sauce expos and really are in that hot sauce world, they do spend a lot more for hot sauces, but we have a plan in order to go to retail to drop our price like significantly. Right now, we also have some prototypes coming in for larger scale plastic bottles for restaurants, and we also have some single serve packets coming in that should be supply chain, but they're en route that we're working on to launch for 2022. But definitely with the margins that we have now, we have a lot of room to reduce our price. But it just goes to show that people love our sauces so much that they are willing to pay the $10 price right now. But we know definitely for retail that price is gonna have to go down.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. It seems like a really premium product with a premium price at the moment, but love that you're actively working to decrease some of your costing, therefore decreasing the retail. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Brian, do you want to go next?
Sam, good to see you again. You're an absolute genius. So yeah, love all the work. I have a question really like help us to help you, right? So what is the next partnership? What is the next thing that you or the audience or you need that the audience or us can help you with to take their brand to the next level?
I mean, really it's sort of threefold. I definitely need to hire. I have invested, quite a lot just on my own. So I have a lot of skin in the game. And I do have a pretty significant line of credit from a company, but I have not yet touched it because I'm looking forward to some really big POs that are coming down the pipeline. So, we're kind of just trying to really be smart with that. But we are I've done all that I can. So I definitely know that I need to bring on people who are better at things than me. I definitely want to be the chef and the creative behind this company, but I really need to bring on marketing and just really bring on staff. Right now, we have two amazing manufacturers that, by the grace of God, have not had any hiccups. But as the world changes daily with all of, the things that are going on, I really want to be smart and see if, building our own production facility is something that can happen sooner than later. And really just getting more customers. Right now, our community is so strong. About 57% of our customers online they return. So we are building out a subscription model, but I want new customers. I want new eyes. And I want, more people to know about this product. Like hot sauce is something that can be in every kitchen, every table, every pantry, every fridge. And with these flavors and, just the brand itself, I definitely think that Hot and Saucy can be that bottle. And I just need help growing, just to answer your question.
Glad to help. Thanks so much.
No problem.
Everyone, if you have questions for Sam, drop them in the comments below. Candice?
All right. So I'll just say one quick thing because my team always says this in some sort of way to me. Like, Sam, you are capable of running this business. You are the leader that you need to be. And so just don't doubt yourself at any point. You will bring all these people in yourself and you will hire the right people. And so just don't have any fear. I know you want to be like the chef and the creator, but you're also the CEO and the leader. And I can say that out loud to you. I can't always say it to myself. So it's nice to get it out.
So thank you.
Yeah. So how do you, it sounds like you've had some pretty viral moments. But what are the other ways that you're marketing this business so people understand the product line?
Right. So we actually just started working with a marketing company, and I've, had a few really high level meetings with other, marketing type. I can't say their names yet, but some really good high level meetings. So there are opportunities for like television ads and radio ads. I'm working with some influencers. So we're developing like some, influencer type programs that I'm hoping to roll out the top of 2022. But I do have to say that, social media has been such a great tool for us. So I don't want to divert too much away from it, but I do know that those people who don't use social media, or, who's to say what'll happen with that company and all of their apps soon, and let's say it doesn't exist, I am going to have to reach, customers in other ways. Word of mouth has been amazing to us. And honestly, a lot of our smaller vendors, we're stocked in a lot of gift shops around the country and even around the world. And a lot of people have been reaching out to us, finding us in that manner as well.
Excellent. Sam, walk me through a little bit. How is there any seasonality in purchasing for you? Like, I'm trying to think. I feel like I use hot sauce year round, but I'm wondering if that's true of kind of your hot sauce aficionados, or kind of the like older, West Coast white male who's really interested in your product that you mentioned. Like, do you see any seasonality at all?
Not really. I mean, I think hot sauce is a product that has a lot of like incremental usage. So you can use it throughout the day. You can use it as much or as little as you really want to. It's one of those products that people like to experiment with. So, let's say you put a little drop on your eggs in the morning, and let's say you buy all 5 flavors. You might try one flavor at breakfast, another flavor at lunch, and then, do a combination of a few at dinner. So based on our flavors, the sweet potato, the collards, like I've been getting a lot of orders for those because of the fall, and the sweet potato has like those warm spices, clove and cinnamon, things of that nature. We found that the garlic and pepperoncini was definitely flying off the shelves, during the summer, because it went great with sandwiches and wings and things like that. But it really does have like incremental usage. So a person could buy all 5 flavors and literally use it throughout the year, a little or a lot, as much as they would like to. We do offer our hot sauces single and in sets. And if we are to make it to shelf, these bottles could definitely all just stand next to each other. A person can purchase one, and I guarantee that they would come back for the other flavors at some point. Excellent.
Fantastic. Oh, and Jim Stone wants everyone to know that it's great on pizza too. So thank you so much, Sam. Folks, if you would like to vote for Hot and Saucy, you're going to pick up your phone and you are going to text the number 3 to 203-408-6432. Once again, to vote for Hot and Saucy, text the number 3 to 203-408-6432. Thank you so much for joining us, Sam.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
What a delicious brand. I'm a big fan of sweet potato and habanero, although they're all delicious that I've tasted. But that one is my go-to. I use it multiple times a week. So everyone, this is Candice's favorite part of the show.
She hates it.
I'm stress eating right now.
So let me remind everyone who's watching, if you have a favorite, if you would invest in a company that you saw on tonight's episode, you're going to want to text and get your vote in right now. So let me remind everyone, if you wanted to vote for Sugardoh, Aaliyah's company, text the number 1 to 203-408-6432. If you would like to vote for XEJ, Caleb's company, you're going to text the number 2 to 203-408-6432. And if you would like to vote for Sam's company, Hot and Saucy, you're going to text the number 3 to 408-6432. Now is the time. Text it right now. We're working really hard, Marlon, our technical director behind the scenes, to tabulate all the votes for you, the audience, and we, the judges, are going to vote as well. So as a reminder, everyone gets a vote. Candice gets the most votes. She is our chairwoman and leader of the troops here, but every vote matters, and we're super excited to announce the winner tonight. So stay tuned to the very end. We're going to talk it through and figure it out. Kenna, what are your thoughts about the contestants you saw tonight? Who's your favorite? Have you tried any of these products? What are you thinking?
So what's really cool is I've actually tried all of the products. So that is really awesome. Very excited about that. As far as favorites is concerned, so I obviously have a love for food and bev. And so it is my job. It is my everyday. I really, really enjoy the hot sauce. Or the sauces, hot and saucy, is probably what I gravitate more towards, like in terms of just what she has to offer. I think she's taken some really smart approaches with her business in terms of like marketing, in terms of just branding, packaging. I love the idea of her coming down in retail a little bit to make it a little bit more affordable to guests. But at the same time, staying with a premium value, because you certainly get that when you taste her products. So feel really, really good about that particular line. But everybody was so good. And I'm not just saying that, like everybody literally was so good that makes this decision super hard. But because of my love for food and bev, I certainly kind of steer towards hot and saucy.
Absolutely. Great. I mean, they're all great choices. Great choice. Brian, what are your thoughts? What are you thinking about?
Am I voting to or just thinking?
If you're ready to vote, you can vote. But if you're not ready, you can think through it.
I think I'm ready. But first, for some thoughts. All these are difficult. I don't think we've ever had an easy final. But it feels like this one feels a little harder than the others. I don't know why that is. Maybe because the categories or how they intersect. It just feels difficult. And not everyone is worthy of winning. People say that, but I really mean that, like, sincerely. In reverse order, hot and saucy is a new take on an old category, right? And I think that there's so much space when people do that, right? Because, I mean, look at yourself. Like as a buyer, like you see all the same things so often, right? And then when something new comes to the desk, you're like, oh well, let me at least see what this is about. And then boom, she wows you with everything from packaging to personality to the product, right? Like I think that's really compelling as an investor. The dumpling market. Where's that been? Where has this product been all this time? Right? It's like it's so obvious. It's so huge a market. I loved how he talked about his demographic looking like America in general, right? Which tells you there's a long way to go on. Like it's the more and more people learn about that product, the more and more sales. I think that people foolishly think that the steamer is gonna actually hold it back, but if anything, that makes it even cooler and more authentic, right? So, yeah, I was thoroughly impressed. And then Sugardoh, like cult following, an amazing demo involving actual hair removal. That's huge. And I think my big thing there is we have to stop putting cancer-causing things on our body, right? Have to. And products like these literally are going to make all of us healthier, and that's so super important. We all say all the time, we hate cancer, we hate this, we hate that, right? But we don't stop doing the things that are causing those things, from deodorants to whatever, right? To the food we eat. So that's also very, very, very compelling to me. And again, great personality, great business. So it's difficult. Maybe I'll stop there and let you go.
Say their names, Veet and Nair. We all know who you're talking about. We know exactly who you're talking about.
Say their name.
Geez, and my apologies if they're P&G related. So everyone in the comments, before we hear how Candice talks through her thoughts, I want to know, who would you vote for? Or who did you vote for? So just tell me in the comments, who is your favorite and why? Just really excited to hear some of your thoughts here as we work through collecting all of your votes and thinking through our own voting process as well. Let us know down below. Candice, I know this is super hard, but I'll give my thoughts first, give you a little extra time to think. You guys know I love traction. All three of these companies have really great traction. Some of them have grown really quickly, really fast, and others have had really nice, consistent, but still strong, like doubling not even quarter over quarter growth. I'm really excited about all three of them. I love the sustainability element to Sugardoh. I love the authenticity of XCJ. There's just something so like almost punk rock about saying we're going to do this and we're going to do this authentically, and like F microwaves, right? Because any product that's come out of a microwave generally just isn't that good, except maybe sugaring that has to be microwaved. And Hot and Saucy is just, it's great. And there's something really compelling about Sam that just feels like if anyone is going to be as creative and inventive to come up with this massive like catalog of really unique hot sauce. There's so many hot sauces out there, and I've never tasted anything like that in product. And her go-to-market strategy of going after the hot sauce like nerds, you know, like the people who sit on Reddit and Discord and talk about hot sauce, not just like your everyday mom and pop person, was brilliant entry strategy. So that's how I'm thinking about it. They're all really great. And just in case anyone's curious how people are feeling, there's a little bit of everything in the comments. We're getting lots of Sugardohs. People are saying that the product really helped them a lot. People like the mission. We're seeing a lot of people talking about flavor profiles, some hot and saucies, some XLBs. There's a little bit of everything here. I'm not seeing a lot of explanations. I'd love to hear why you guys picked what you picked. But yeah, I mean, people are really, really enthusiastic about whoever they came here for. I think people are loving their product. So really excited to see what happens with all of these companies. So
looks like the audience vote is in too.
The audience vote is ready. So folks, let me remind you how this goes.
Hold on, did Brian vote? Did Brian vote?
No.
Okay, I got confused. Sorry.
Let me remind you how this goes. The investment team has votes. The audience has a vote. The audience has a collective winner. But stay tuned to the very end. We may do something pretty magical here this episode. So, Marlon, why don't you let us know first, who's the audience top pick? If you can. So the audience vote tonight is Sugardoh. All right. We've still got a long ways to go before we crown our winner, but the audience #1 vote is Sugardoh. Fantastic. So exciting. So everybody counting at home, that's the first vote of the night. It's official. It's a big deal. Now, Brian, would you like to reveal your vote?
Man, don't you usually go first? Okay. One last thing I'll just say quickly. Oftentimes we have inventors in the show, but today we had 3 CEOs. They are inventors, but they also have it to take this company to the next level, right? Candice agrees. So I think my vote is going to be for, like the audience, Sugardoh.
So folks watching at home, we've got 2 votes, official committee votes for Sugardoh tonight. Here we go. It's a big deal. Candice is stressing. She's stressing. I see it.
I don't know. I hate when I know I have to go last, but this is the worst position to be in.
So
you're the boss.
She is the boss. She makes all the big decisions. We have all the love for all 3 of these companies. I love Sugardoh. I love XCJ. I love Hot and Saucy. But there's just something about, and you guys know what I'm going to say based on how I like to vote on committee. There's something about a run rate of $8 million that I can't get out of my head. okay? And the casual nature by which this person talks about that growth. Like, he does not care. It does not matter. He does this in his sleep, okay? So tonight, I'm giving my official vote to XCJ, making the best XLBs I've had in a bag ever. That's my vote. So we got 2 Sugardohs. We've got 1 XCJ. Kenna, our advisor of the night, are you sticking with hot and saucy? How are you feeling?
So the way that I'm feeling is I have a little bit of a change up, just in terms of looking through business strategy and watching the programs before. Who I felt like when I came in was ready for scale and ready for next level was definitely Sugardoh. And the
All right.
reason I felt like that is because everything from packaging to demo to like just the ease of use and all of that, it solves a really big problem on the market. And so everything from her packaging internally was recyclable. Everything about her business comes off super authentic as well. So for that reason, that's my actual vote is Sugardoh. Although I really enjoy XCJ as well, and I feel like he has a long runway and can do steamers as a part of his business growth in the future. By providing that to folks. But I really enjoy his business, but I feel like on shelf, ready to go, I would go for Sugardoh.
All right. So what this means is we've got currently 3 Sugardohs, 1 XCJ, and Candice as our chairwoman in chief still has 2 votes. So, ma'am, what are you thinking? How are you voting tonight? And then we have a really fun announcement to make.
So I don't know how to fix this. So we're gonna have a little bit of a problem here toward the end. So I apologize for this.
Math.
So I feel like Caleb is disrupting the modern Chinese food market and is doing very well direct to consumer. I think that he'll transition well to retail. If you can tackle from, shipping to someone's house, you can definitely ship all to one location. My vote's for XCJ.
All right, folks. So what this means is we currently have a tie for first for the grand prize. Okay. So we're going to do what we had to do last season. So everybody who's watching, I'm going to need you to pull out your phone one more time. Just one more time. And we are going to vote one more time for who is the winner. We're going to take some time and collect our thoughts. This time, I'm going to need you to vote between Sugardoh or XCJ. Put in the comments right now who you're going to vote for. I want to hear it. Who should take home this grand prize? Once again, the grand prize is a $25,000 cash prize. No equity, no debt, no strings attached, just a grand prize. So I'm really, really excited. It looks like we're shuffling some things behind the scenes, but I can't wait to let you guys vote again.
The crowd is live. The comments are live right now.
Way to go the edge of their seats for the numbers. Hold on 1 second. We'll give you your numbers one more time. I promise. We're going to give you plenty of time to vote one last time. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Also, you're watching us on the West Coast. Make sure you go out and vote after the show. Still got a little bit of time left.
Absolutely. We haven't done that yet. That's very, very important. Very important. Wow. Lots of love in the comments. This is crazy.
Sorry, Marlon.
I know Marlon's
producer.
Wedding behind the scenes.
Like, Candice, seriously, of all the days, the last day, you're gonna do this?
Well, here's what I will say while we wait. I will give a secondary prize to everyone in the finale. If you are in the finale, you are absolutely invited to any Lightship boot camp you would like to attend.
How about that?
I see some people have already signed up. and are going to one coming soon. If not, let me know. Happy to have you attend any of our founder boot camps. We'd love to have all three of you there. We really would. Also, would be very happy to talk to all three of you about potential investment opportunities.
I was going to say, don't miss that.
And our fun. That is what we actually do during the day. And would be so happy to talk to all of you about that opportunity, whether it be from us or to help you complete any rounds that you may have open with some of our friends who we're sure are watching the show and are really excited about what you're building. So super excited to spend more time with all three of you outside of the show and outside of Target Accelerator. Another special thanks while we're talking about it to the Target Accelerator. Thank you so much. You guys picked great companies for Forward Founders. It was a fantastic program. We've got to meet such incredible founders that I doubt we would have met otherwise, and taste some of the best products and try some of the best skincare and hair care. We're really excited to be able to spend time with all of these founders all the time. So I'm continuing to stall, but those are all actually very real invitations to all of you. Please hang out with us if you're interested. All right, Marlon, are we still?
Time Frog knows what it is.
A finger at the camera. Don't forget that. We've got cash for that. They don't want to miss out on any of these. Abso-frogging-lutely. We do so much fun stuff outside of this show. So for those of you who don't know us that well, we started this show at the beginning of COVID to continue to hang out with cool founders and provide a little cash relief in really tough times. But on top of that, we run these fantastic 2-day founder education boot camps, which are led by Brian over here, where we really dive into AI, scale, fundraising, and how to exit a company. They're fantastic. We have them all over the Midwest and some places in the South throughout the year. Sign up for those if you haven't yet. We also run these fantastic accelerators, one in Ohio and one in Tulsa. Also accepting applications for that right now. I extended the deadline just a smidge. So if you haven't gotten your application in yet, make sure you go to our website and submit that. We also run a cool fund on the other side of our house where we invest in some of the best brands like yourselves, as well as healthcare, sustainability, and AI companies. So we do lots of fun stuff, and we're really excited. So, all right, Marlon's ready to give you guys the number one more time. So you have 2 potential votes. You could vote for Sugardoh, and to vote for Sugardoh, you're going to text the number 2 this time to 203-408-6432 to vote for Sugardoh. And if you would like to vote for XCJ, you're going to text the number 1 to 203-408-6432. So we switched it up. So XCJ is 1, Sugardoh is 2. Either way, the magic number is 203-408-6432. Get your votes in. We're just going to take a couple of more seconds. Everybody vote. This is crazy. This is super exciting. And then we are going to announce our grand prize winner. I can't wait. I can't wait for everyone to meet them. But I will say, maybe now since we're voting, it could be a good time to reveal something really cool that we get to do this season that we haven't been able to do really since season 1. So as you know, we have 3 finalists. And we give away a fantastic grand prize of $25,000. But Kenna, maybe you have something you'd like to share with all of us about what we're going to be able to do tonight.
I'm really excited to know that every one of our finalists will walk away with a cash prize today. So we're really excited about that. Do you want me to go ahead and reveal the prize list, or should we wait, or what do you think?
What's the prize list for number 3? Because we know who the 3rd place contestant is already.
The 3rd place contestant will walk away with $5,000.
Whoop whoop! Crazy cash money, no strings attached. So we can say now, congratulations, and we'll bring you guys all on in a minute. But congratulations to Sam from Hot and Saucy for winning $5,000 tonight on the show. So excited.
This is why I shop at Target, right there.
Absolutely. And then tell Senna, how about you reveal what the dollar amount will be for the second prize winner, the second place winner?
The second place winner, we're going to double it and go to $10,000.
So you heard it here, folks. The second place winner is going home with $10,000. And as you already know, our grand prize winner is going home with $25,000. So everyone's going home with a cash prize. Thank you so much to Target for helping us pull this off this season. They're all fantastic companies. Thank you. All right, looks like we're still tabulating the votes. Friendly reminder again, if you want to join maybe Target's accelerator in addition to ours, their applications are open until mid-November as well. So everyone get your votes in. Last minute. Number 1 for XCJ, 2 for Sugardoh. Text them in right now. XCJ is number 1 to 203-408-6432. Sugardoh is number 2 to 203-408-6432. Time's a ticking, tabulating all the fun things now. Let's see who else is in the audience. So Tahaji's here from Target. Hello, so excited to see you. Obviously, Lisa's here. Always a pleasure. Desiree's here. Orion's here. I said Evie Fresh is here. It is what it is. I will never forget that slogan. Alana is here, of course, the woman who started this all for us. Fantastic. So excited to see everyone here. All right, all right. I know, I'm like waiting with bated breath now. Dun-dun-dun. We should have dramatic music playing in the background. Dun-dun, like that dramatic Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music.
Oh my goodness.
I used to love that show when that first came out.
Me too. Me too. Ronnie Green has a special message for everyone. He says, awesome. Congrats to all the founders. Keep the faith and fight the good fight for your dreams. And that is from last season's Twitch Pitch winner, Ronnie Green from Algo Pair. Always appreciate seeing you here, Ronnie. All right. Marlon says he's ready. So
here we go. Here we go.
Marlon, should we unveil the second place winner or the grand prize winner? Which is more dramatic?
I think you can go right to grand prize because
grand prize. All right. So Marlon, let us know what company is going home with $25,000 right now. Congratulations, Aaliyah. Congrats. Congratulations on winning season 8 of Twitch Pitch.
25 large.
Oh my goodness. I'm sweating so much. I can't sugar my pits right now.
Congratulations. You did a fantastic job. Aaliyah, for people who want to find you and Sugardoh and get the smooth arms they're dreaming of, how can they find your product and you?
Thank you guys so much. And also the competition on here has been incredible. So blessed to be part of this team and the Target Accelerator program. So yeah, just so thankful right now.
Thank you. We're so excited. How can people find Sugardoh if they want to buy it?
Oh my God, www.sugardoh.co. TikTok, we're Sugardoh. Instagram, we are sugardoh.co. YouTube, we are Sugardoh. Just type in Sugardoh. There's none other company like it. You'll find us.
Excellent. We are so excited that you won tonight. Thank you for all that you've done. It's been a fantastic season. Another special shout out to Caleb. Congratulations on your $10,000, Caleb, at XCJ. Congrats to everything you're doing. We're so excited to see it. And congrats again to Chef Sam, your $5,000 cash prize at Hot and Saucy. All of you are fantastic. It's been a great season. Thank you so much, Aaliyah. Thank you so much to Target. Thank you to JPMorgan Chase and the OTF. You all are so important to the work we do. Thank you. Thank you. Folks, this has been it from us for 2021. It's been an incredible year of 5 seasons. I know we're going to take a little break, but we'll be right back early next year with some more incredible content for the show. Can't wait for you to see it. So make sure you follow us on Twitch. If you don't, so you can get the notification. And make sure you follow us on social media as well, so you can hear about all the other fun things we're working on in the meantime. So thank you to everyone. Thank you again, Aaliyah. Congrats.
Yes, thank you guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And with that, we're out for the night. We're out for the year. Have a great night, everybody. Go vote.